There is a saying passed down through the ages. Give a man a fish, and he will be happy for a day. But give a man a waifu, and he will be happy for life. Welcome to Fire Emblem 3 Houses Waifu Battle Royale.
Our next waifu battle is between the duty-bound knight in training, Ingrid, versus the hunter princess lost in translation, Petra. Will honor, duty, and all things chivalrous prevail, or will the huntress kill her prey?
Let us begin.
First up, Ingrid. She's chivalrous, caring, the very definition of knighthood, hardworking, striving to be the best knight around. She doesn't act like a normal, noble lady, while at the same time not being a tomboy. She also acts as a big sister in her relationship with a lot of people, and she's trying to live the life that makes her happy while also pleasing her family.
She adores food, the very definition of a foodie.
Pros. First off, I love her design. To be honest, character design in 3 Houses is not my favorite, but they nailed it with Ingrid. Gorgeous! Her personality is easy to like. She's self-reliant, determined, hardworking, but also sweet and caring. Usually girls like her are tsundere, but that's not so much with Ingrid. She grew up with 3 other members of the Blue Lions class, which makes her support conversations more believable. They've known each other for years, so there's no awkward first impressions. You just get right down to the nitty-gritty stuff. Both English and Japanese voice actors do a phenomenal job. I greatly enjoy both, despite the differences in range. The English voice actress is much lower, I find, than the Japanese voice actress, but they both do a great job of selling the character that they believe Ingrid to be. You really don't find that where both dubs that have a different pitch and voice are good, so I like that. She was a fantastic unit when I recruited her in my Black Eagles playthrough. Not as good during the Blue Lions route, but still a force to be reckoned with.
I personally love the way she talks about food. She doesn't just gorge herself, she savors every bite, enjoying the rich flavors. And that's when you know you don't just love food, you adore it, you admire it, you respect it. And that's Ingrid's level of foodie.
Cons. I can see her not being as exciting as the other waifus. Her big sister attitude can be naggy and intrusive at times. In particular, her support with Bernadetta, where she literally breaks down Bernie's door. You need to come outside. Without going into spoilers, she's a bit prejudiced towards the people of Dusker. While I think that prejudice is handled well, some people don't like that about her. They're very uncomfortable with the fact that she's a little bit racist. As a unit, her attacks can be a little low if you're unlucky. She's always fast, but sometimes not enough oomph. Ingrid was the first unit I recruited in my first playthrough. At first, I just wanted her in my class because I thought she was pretty. Weeb! But as I played through the different routes, I saw the real Ingrid, a person who is trying to understand herself. With each new support, well, most of them, her personality and characters shine through, leading me to emphasize with her situation.
That personality really comes out in her supports with childhood relationships, namely Dimitri, Sylvain, and Felix. Although their whole situation feels oddly similar to a basic otome game plot. What's the matter, Sylvain? Did another girlfriend catch you flirting with someone behind her back? I told you that you're only going to hurt yourself if you keep this up. No, it's not that. Well, this time at least. I actually haven't been on a date for a few days now. Whoa, that's not like you at all. Is the second coming of the goddess closer than we realize? Hilarious. I just can't focus on my game anymore. I've lost my motivation. Is that so? Well, it's probably for the best. Maybe now you'll settle down and focus on training, or even find yourself a real girlfriend. Yeah, maybe. Listen, Ingrid. There you are, Ingrid. You're late for our sparring match. Ah, Felix! I lost track of time. Sorry, Sylvain. Let's talk some other time. You've really improved since we first started sparring. You might be able to beat me one day. Gee, thanks. That's quite the compliment coming from you. You know, it's almost as if I'm practicing with Glenn again. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That was a weird thing to say. It's fine. My brother was a great knight, and I should be honored to hear you say that. But I'm not Glenn. I can't replace him. What's that supposed to mean? Ingrid, I can't...
There you are, Ingrid. The next mock battle is quickly approaching, and I want to hear your thoughts on my battle plan.
Yes, Your Highness. Thanks for the match, Felix. Let's spar again sometime. Whatever.
Stupid boar.
And that's when I take Edelgard's head. Figuratively speaking, of course.
It sounds like an excellent plan, Your Highness. However, may I suggest a couple of adjustments?
By all means. Oh, and please don't call me Highness. We're equal classmates here.
Yes, Your Grace.
No, just call me Dimitri.
Of course, Prince Dimitri.
You're doing that on purpose, aren't you?
I'm sorry, my liege, but to me, you will always be the Prince of Fargus, the kingdom I have sworn to protect.
Spoken like a true knight. I have always admired your sense of duty. Ingrid, after the mock battle, would you like to maybe go...
Wow, Your Highness, taking my advice already. I'm touched.
No, I was just thinking of getting to know her better.
Oh, really? What a coincidence. But you'll have to wait your turn. I was here first. Just shut up, you womanizer.
Ouch.
You know I have feelings.
He's right, Felix. Playboys have feelings too.
Hey, I don't care what either of you have to say, especially you, boar. I came here to find my sparring partner so I can try out a new move.
Oh, really?
Well, maybe I have a couple moves that I want to try out on her as well.
I'll show you a move I just came up with. It's called Kill Every Last One of Them.
Ingrid, could you come into my office? With pleasure. Thank you, Professor. You really saved me back there. Those three are constantly fighting with each other. But not like this. I wonder what's got into them. Stressed about midterms? Ingrid. You're pretty dense when it comes to romance, huh? Those three clearly like you romantically. Why not give them a chance? You might fall in love. Oh, I don't know. I'd rather focus my time on becoming a great knight rather than becoming...
You could get a lot of delicious free food out of it.
I am single and ready to mingle. And I can't express enough how much of an amazing unit she was for me in some of my playthroughs. Give her a brave lance and that girl will kill anything. But is that enough to knock off the foreign exchange student Petra? She's princess of the foreign kingdom of Brigid, curious, always asking questions. She speaks in broken English or Japanese, although she's practically fluent, which also means that she's smart enough to learn language and study at a foreign school. Not many people can do that. She loves outdoor activities, particularly hunting, which makes her battle smart as well. Pros. The way she speaks. While grammatically incorrect at times, a lot of the times, it's endearing and sometimes cute. Other students will correct her at times, which usually leads to more confusion, but it's hilarious. Petra is the princess of a foreign nation, one much different than Folan, more focused on hunting and survival skills. It was interesting to see her try to grasp Folan's culture while also training herself as a better warrior. Being from a foreign nation also implies conflict with the Adrestian Empire, which Petra's supports touch on. I liked hearing about Petra's views on that whole situation, as well as her relationships with people from the Adrestian Empire. Her design, like Ingrid, is one of the best in the game. She really rocks that uniform, and I really do love her braided purple hair. The tattoo under her eye adds to her exotic heritage. Both voice actors do a superb job, although I slightly like the Japanese voice actress more only because it reminds me of the same mistakes I made and currently make when learning Japanese. It's very relatable. As a unit, she makes a pretty good assassin and bow wielder, but I enjoyed her the most as a dancer. I think it was her proficiency with the sword that made me choose her, and she's very cute as a dancer. Her speed is usually off the charts, making her incredibly evasive. She also has the unique ability that increases crit rate if the enemy is below 50%, and that is great for finishing off opponents. Cons. At the time, however, I hardly found her in the position to make those ending blows. Granted, that's more my fault than anything. If you use her appropriately, you should be fine. Note the dancer class probably doesn't take full advantage of her talents. I can see her grammatical errors and the way she speaks becoming annoying to some, especially when she misunderstands something time and time again. But to be honest, I found it funny for the most part. That said, she can be a tad one-note with her foreign student shtick, but there is more to her than getting lost in translation. You just gotta find it. Petra is more or less Starfire from Teen Titans, a foreign warrior princess struggling to learn a new language. Even their attitude is similar at times. Would that make Hubert Robin, or maybe Caspar? Point is, Starfire worked in Teen Titans, and Petra definitely works in Three Houses. While the foreign exchange student trope is fairly common in Japanese anime, most of the time the students speak perfect Japanese anyway, or is at least close to fluent. Rarely do you get a case like Petra, making her not only more relatable but believable. Of course, this also leads to a few awkward teaching moments. Teacher, I'm having a question. Fire away. There is fire. Where?
Sorry, no, it's just an expression. It means you can ask me anything.
Oh, I have understanding, I think. Anyway, this is what I want to be asking of you. Why are the hoes mad?
Caspar! But beyond language barriers, Petra is a smart, capable huntress who wants nothing more than to help her homeland. Her skills, on top of her willingness to learn, make her a valuable warrior on the battlefield. Is Petra's cute foreign curiosity enough to captivate my heart? Or does the damsel knight Ingrid sweep me off my feet? The winner is... Ingrid! While Petra's charms proved to be strong competition, Ingrid's characteristics, personality, and skills as a whole stand out to me more. Her trials and struggles are deep, but grounded in reality, as if you could find a person like Ingrid in real life, if that makes sense.
Weeb!
Did you leave already? Why are you here? As a unit, I can't count how many times Ingrid destroyed opponents during my first playthrough, and for that reason, I found her more satisfying to use in battle. Plus, the flying class is a little OP and I like it that way. Had Petra gone against most any other waifu, I strongly believe she would have made it to the second round. Her beauty, language struggle, and exotic background make her one of the more interesting waifus on the bracket. But alas, the waifu knight was too powerful for the waifu warrior princess. Ingrid moves on to the next round, but don't worry Petra fans, she's not dead yet. Petra can still make a comeback in the loser bracket. Feel free to let me know who you thought should have won in the comments below. Next time on Waifu Battle Royale, the silent cursed beauty Marianne versus the sweet-toothed prodigy Lysithia. Who will claim victory? Find out next time. Be sure to share this video with your friends and let me know what you think of this matchup. Goodbye, you good people. You know, Professor, when you called me into your office, it almost felt like you were going to confess your feelings to me earlier. Am I wrong? Oh, oh no, not in this playthrough. Excuse me? Nothing, don't worry about it.